Hi, I'm Maggie and I'm from the Incredible Seed Library and I'm going to give you a little seed short on saving cucumber seeds. So let me just pull up a PowerPoint to share with you. Okay, so we're looking at saving cucumber seeds. These are slightly more complex than some of the other seeds that we've looked at, but all the issues will be explained in the video. Parthenocarpic or English cucumbers. These are sort of long, thin cucumbers, typically very Victorian. Nowadays, they're usually F1 hybrids, and they've been bred to have only female flowers. The older Victorian varieties had male and female flowers, and the male flowers needed to be removed to avoid pollination, as it made the cucumbers bitter. Open pollinated ridge cucumbers. They can be grown outside, but they grow better with protection. They need to be pollinated to produce fruit, and they're usually shorter and have thicker skins and sometimes warts and tiny spines, and you pick them young for eating. When plants have two different types of flowers, a male flower and a female flower, here you can see the male flower on the left and the female flower on the right. These are called imperfect flowers. You need to ensure that your cucumbers breed true, and so you just grow one variety in your greenhouse, cold frame or polytunnel, to avoid cross-pollination. You can grow more than one, but it then gets really complicated trying to isolate the flowers. Simpler just to grow one variety. You also need to grow these just like you would a regular, like you would for eating. But you do need to be quite careful about roguing your plants. That means removing the plants that are less typical. So anything that doesn't look healthy or doesn't look the same as the rest, then remove those. Cucumbers are outbreeders. This means that they cross-pollinate. It's possible to inbreed them and save the seed from one or two plants, but better practice, and this means that you have a wider variety of genetic material in your seeds, is to save the seeds from 6 plants. And if you move the pollen from one plant to another, that is even better. And so here you can see that the pollen is being moved by using a soft brush and just brushing the stamens, and then moving on to another flower. So this is from the male flower, and then moving on to a female flower on a different plant and brushing the pollen onto that. If you're just growing one variety in a greenhouse, then you can just let the insects do the work for you. So when the fruit is at the edible stage, select and tag those for seed. So these are from healthy, typical plants, and they're good, typical cucumbers. And I usually just tie a bit of wool or string around the neck of the cucumber, just to sort of go, don't pick that one, need to leave that one. Then you allow the cucumber to ripen on the plant, and you can see here that this has begun to soften and change colour. So once they've started to ripen, you can cut them off the cucumber plant and put them on a north-facing windowsill to ripen further. I usually leave them for another 3 or 4 weeks indoors on the windowsill. And by the time they've been left a long time, they're very easy to remove the seeds. You just carefully cut open the outside of the cucumber. Don't cut right through the middle because you can damage a few of the seeds, but just carefully cut round the outside and open it up. You can see here that the gel is already starting to come away from the seed. And then you can just scrape these into a sieve and wash the gel off. If you're having trouble and the gel isn't coming off, then scrape them into a jar and add equal volumes of water and just leave it for a couple of days in the jar. You'll get a little mouldy layer on the surface, and then you add some more water to the jar, give it a good vigorous stir, and let the seeds settle down to the bottom. Any viable, good seeds will sink to the bottom, and any non-viable seeds and all the gunk will stay at the top, and then you can just pour it off. And do that a couple of times to clean the water, so that the water becomes clean, and then you can just put them through a sieve to drain all the water. Spread the seeds to dry onto a glazed plate, and this avoids them sticking to anything. Here at the Incredible Seed Library, once they're dry, we put them in a jar with silica gel to further dry the seeds for another couple of weeks. And then they're stored in an airtight jar with a small amount of silica gel to ensure they stay dry. But you can, of course, use the rice method. And there will be a video up soon about how to dry your seed. So if you've saved some seeds and would like to share them with other people for free, then please contact the Incredible Seed Library for more information. The email address is incredibleseedlibrary@gmail.com. And we also have a Facebook page where you can find our current seed list and information on how to order seeds. I'm afraid we can only send seeds from inside the UK. So it will be great to see you again, and hopefully you'll enjoy saving your seeds. Okay, bye.